Hello everyone, today we're going to study a new chapter that's called directing, which is a new chapter in your subject called business studies. We have completed with the chapter called staffing and all the topics in the chapter called staffing. So what is this word called directing? You need to understand every business organization has always given due importance to its managers who are very capable of leading others. Now, who is the manager? A manager needs to use various ways to lead, to motivate and inspire his employees or subordinates and communicate with them so that they are able to achieve the organizational goals. So that is the reason in this particular first introduction topic, I have put the words called leadership. The manager should be a leader who collaborates the business. He has to have philosophies, skills, goals. All these are the words which refers to a manager which he needs to possess. Coming down to the mind map or coming down to the chapter, please understand directing is also a management function. And who is the person who is carrying out this activity? It is the manager who's carrying out the activity of directing all his subordinates to follow him. So what is the mind map, or how you will go about the chapter? Now the topics that you will learn today is the meaning of directing, the features of directing, and the importance of directing. The features of directing is a 4-marker and the importance of directing is a 4-marker. Now what does the meaning of directing refers to? Do you see this here? These are the managers and these are the employees. Now what is the manager doing here? The manager is directing the employees, or he is instructing the employees and guiding the employees and counseling them, okay, so that they are able to achieve the objectives or goals. How is he doing it? Instructing, guiding, counseling, and he is motivating. Okay, all these words are different. Instructing is nothing but giving instructions. Guiding is nothing but he is guiding them by telling them this is how you need to do the job. Okay, where he is also a part of doing the job. Counseling means what? When the employees are not able to do the job, he is counseling them, telling them what happened, is there a problem. Motivating is nothing but pushing the employees an extra mile, stronger or harder, so that they are able to achieve the objectives or goals. So when it comes to the word called directing, there are 4 words that you need to remember. What are the 4 words? Instructing, guiding, counseling, motivating. Who? Motivating the people. People refers to the employees so that they're able to achieve the objectives or goals. Now let me tell you an example. In our everyday scenario of our life, you would actually see a teacher directing or guiding the student so that the student will be able to achieve her marks or be able to behave as a well-disciplined student. Even in an hotel, you would see the owner directing the employee or the workers there to perform their job really well, or to cook and serve the customers with, so that the customers will be fully satisfied. So what is it? Even in any industry you see or any shop you see, you would actually see an owner or a person who's directing his employees to ensure that the goals are achieved. Yes, so these are the examples here. So the first thing called meaning of directing is completed. The second thing is features of directing. Now I have told you that the features of directing comes from the meaning itself. That is the technique of studying an answer, and this is a 4-marker. Now you know the first point, okay? Directing is a managerial function. And you know, see, we will actually speak general. If we speak general, it's easy for us to learn the topic. So you know, directing is a managerial function which was put up in the second slide itself, and you know that it takes place at every level of the management. Why every level of the management? Because the top level is the one who's pushing the middle level. The middle level managers are the ones who are pushing the lower level ones so that they get motivated to do the job and to achieve the goals. So directing takes place at every level in the organization. Third thing, it is a continuous process. Why? If you actually see, all the management functions will have this point called it is a continuous process. Why? Because we are not doing the job 1 day or 2 days. We are continuing to do the job years together and months together. So what is happening? It becomes a continuous process, and directing is always flowing from the top level management to the bottom level management. So what is the first point? Directing initiates action. Initiates means what? It is the one which is motivating and pushing the managers so that all the theoretical things is converted into practical. So what is this? It is a key managerial function. That means it is a very important managerial function. And a manager, so if you actually see planning, organizing and staffing, all these three management functions is all related to theory. Yes, staffing is also somewhere related to theory and practical. But in directing, if you actually see, without a manager pushing the employees, motivating the employees, the work really cannot be performed. So that is the reason they say directing is the one which initiates all the other management functions. So a manager has to perform this function along with all the other functions so that the duties in the organization gets divided properly. The second one is it takes place at every level of management. You know what are the levels of management? The top level, the middle level and the lower level. So what are they saying? Every manager from the top executive to the supervisor has to follow this function of directing. And directing takes place wherever superior subordinate relationship exists. And every organization or institution has this relationship of supervisor and subordinate. So definitely directing takes place at every level of the organization. Third one, directing is a continuous process. Why? Because it takes place throughout the life of the organization, irrespective whether it is people occupying managerial positions. Okay, so what is happening? Any organization you take, Infosys, Tata, HLL, BHL, anywhere there are managers, and these managers are continuously motivating and pushing the employees so that they are able to achieve the goals. So what is it? Directing is a continuous function. And the fourth one, directing flows from the top to the bottom. So what is it? First, it is initiated at the top. Initiated means first it is starting at the top, where the top level managers are initiating things and telling this is how the things have to be organized, these are how the things has to move, and then it flows to the bottom level of the organization hierarchy. So directing is present in all levels of the organization. So if you say this is a form marker and it is a very simple form marker, the words again: initiates, levels of management, continuous process, flows from top to the bottom. It is very simple. Now the next topic we have is importance of directing. Again, if you actually see, initiates action is the same word which was there in your features. Integrates means it brings together who? The superiors and the subordinates. Okay, that is, it brings together the supervisors and the employees. It brings together both of them so that they will be able to do their job. Now who is motivating them? The superior is the motivating factor. He is the one who is motivating the employees to do the job. And if there is any changes in the organization, any change that has to happen, the manager will be the one who will bring in that chain. Why? Because directing flows from the top level to the middle level and to the lower level. So he'll be the one who bridges the gap between the top level and to the lower level. And what is happening? It's creating a balance. How is it creating a balance? Because the bridge between the top level management and the bridge between the middle level management and the bridge between the lower level management. So who is in between here? The person in between is the lower level management. That is all the managers here in the lower level. So this thing, if you keep it in your mind, it's very simple. So the managers in the middle level is the one which bridges the gap or creates a balance between the top level and the lower level management. Now, down to the importance of directing. See, I have put notes for you here. I'm sure PPT should not have detailed notes like this, but the reason I'm doing it for you is so that anytime you want to pause the video, underline points or take down points, it would be easy for you. There is no need for you to refer anywhere else. So that's the main idea of me putting up notes for you in all the PPTs. So please ensure that you are able to underline those words and it'll be easy for you to study as well. So what is the first point? It initiates action. Okay, so who's initiating action in the organization? The supervisors or the top level management is the one who's initiating actions. That means whatever desired goals that has to be achieved, the top level management decides it and then tells it to the supervisors in the middle level management. So what is happening? The supervisors guides the subordinates in the lower level management so that they will be able to achieve the targets or do their job really well. So who's initiating action? The top level management is initiating action, informing it to the supervisors in the middle level, and then the subordinates understand what is their job to do, and then they are able to do their job so that their targets are achieved. Okay, very simple this topic is, and again this topic is a very important topic. Please mark it as a 4 marker so that you will be able to study it for your exams. The next one is directing integrates employees. Integrates means brings together. So who is it bringing together here? Again, I will write here TL, that's top level management, then ML, middle level management, and it is bringing together lower level management. So who is bringing together the top level management and the lower level management? That is middle level. So who is in bringing together employees or integrating or uniting employees? It is the middle level management. It is the managers in the middle level. So what is happening here? The efforts of the organization is ensured that every individual effort is being contributed. No individual person's effort is left out just like that in the organization. Every individual person's effort is also considered to achieve the organization's goals or performance. The next one is directing guides employees to fully realize their potential and capabilities. By how? By motivating and by providing. See, by motivating and providing effective leadership. So who is the effective leaders here? The middle level management is the effective leadership because they are the ones who will be the team leaders and the managers for the lower level management. So they are the ones who will be pushing them continuously and motivating them and telling them this is how you need to do their job. Your potential is even more than this. This is how they'll keep motivating them. So what is happening to them? The employees will be able to identify what is their potential and they will ensure that they are achieving their jobs or pushing themselves to achieve to their full potential, whatever job they have to do. The fourth one is it facilitates introduction of needed changes in the organization. That means what? Any change that has to take place in the organization, the top level management would again inform the mid level management about it. The middle level management is the one who will introduce the change to the lower level management. So what is happening here? See, if any needed changes has to be brought into the organization, okay, generally people resist change. That means what? In certain organizations, if you see, there are people who will work in one organization for 10 to 15 years even though they are not promoted. Why do you think so? Because they are least bothered whether they get promoted. They are so used to the organization environment and they become very lazy and lethargic, where they don't want to change or they don't want to get into different teams and experiment new things. So what is happening here? They become stagnant at the same position. So who's helping the employees adapt to the change? Directing is helping employees to adapt to the change by the mid-level management. Please see where I move the cursor so that you'll be able to understand. So the middle-level management is bridging the gap between the top level and the lower level. Okay, so this helps to reduce any resistance and this helps to develop and cooperation among the employees so that they're able to change themselves and achieve any new goals or targets that's provided by the management. The last point is directing. Effective directing helps to bring stability and balance in the organization. How is it? If the manager is really good, he would ensure that the work is being completed and the organization is always at the top of achieving its goals. So even if there is any changes, the manager, if he is a very strong manager, he would know how to cope up with the changing needs of the organization and he would strike a balance within various departments and within various groups. Yes, so these are the 5 importance of directing. Again, I would repeat it. It initiates change by people, then it integrates employees, means brings together employees, then it helps employees to realize their full potential and capabilities, then any changes that needs to be done in the organization with the help of directing we can do it. Why? Because mainly the middle level management is the one which bridges the group between the top level management and the lower level management. And the last one is directing helps to bring in stability and balance in the organization. So any change, any balance which is not struck, the the managers in the middle level will be the sole people who will have to work towards achieving the goals in the organization. It is a very, 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 very simple topic, that is features and importance of directing. Now again we will do a revision of your characteristics of directing. The first one is initiates action. The second one is it takes place at every level of the management. Then it is a continuous process and it flows from top to the bottom. So if you see, the features and importance of directing is a very, very simple 4 marker. Each comes for a 4 marker. So any doubts you have, please let me know. Type a comment and let me know. And please subscribe. Those of you who's not subscribed, the main reason is any new videos that I'm adding, you would automatically get notifications of the new videos. So thank you so much. Any doubts, any questions, you please send a comment there. So have a lovely day. Thank you.